Y'all, there is a documentary called The Love Prophet and the Children of God. Documentary on Encore Plus on YouTube. It is about cults. It is about the Church of God cult, the one that you hear about. River Phoenix, Joaquin Phoenix, Rose McGowan. Many celebrity children and other children grew up in the Church of God cult. This documentary gives you an inside look, and it actually talks to people who were a part of the cult, who believed in the cult. They talk to people who left the cult, but they talk to people very close to David Berg, and they show a lot of footage that had never been seen before. And I'm fixing to show you a clip, trigger warning. This doesn't have nudity, but it is of one of the little girls that David Berg assaulted, raped, and she later reported that he had assaulted her, and they gave her an exorcism. They actually did an exorcism on this little girl, this man right here, who calls David Dad. They performed an exorcism because they believed that she was possessed, because she was, telling people that he was hurting her. David Burke was the cult leader of the Church of God. And David Burke later on, after it got real big, would have people send him videos of little kids doing strip teases, sexual acts. He would have them send videos of adults raping or molesting children. And he would, watch all the videos. This is one of the clips that was sent to David from David's own granddaughter. This is David's granddaughter meeting. It's disturbing.
Like dress up. They saw their moms putting on beads and putting on a sarong and putting their hair out. They wanted to do the same thing, and they did. Mimi, who was Dad's granddaughter, came to live with us when she was about 12. And I remember very clearly Dad talking to us about her coming.
Now, she wasn't 12 in this video, clearly. I'm sorry if you're cringed out, because I'm cringed the fuck out too. And back when they recorded this piece of crap right here had no problem with it. He was more than happy to molest children and help David and the rest of them molest children. The Children of God was basically a pedo ring, a child molestation ring. They used religion as a cover-up.
And he said, look, this is my granddaughter. And I haven't seen her since she was, 1 or 2 years old. And I want to take care of her. Mimi lives with Burke for 4 years, during which time she suffered several mental breakdowns. Not knowing how to handle her, the family tries non-traditional means. We believe in exorcism, we believe in laying hands and praying for people, and we did that for her sometimes. And there were times when we did pray for her that she had, for a few months was doing fine, but then she would relapse.
I want to punch this dude so hard in the face. I just want to punch right through my fucking computer screen. I know this was recorded a long time ago, but I still want to hit him right in his nose. Like, how disgusting. So if you don't know, David Berg was the ringleader. David Berg had, several wives, women he was with, but one in particular had a son named Ricky Rodriguez. Now, Ricky Rodriguez is the man who later on, when he was older, went back. He left the church altogether, went and got married, had his own life. But then it hit him so hard eventually, he went back to try to find his mother because he was going to kill her. Well, he didn't find his mama, but he had found one of his nannies from his childhood who raped him, and he slit her throat and then killed himself. You can find the story about Ricky Rodriguez on here because, unfortunately, whoever made this documentary left it out. How convenient. They still did a good job making the documentary because they showed a lot of stuff that people hadn't never seen before and that needed to be shown. So if you haven't seen it, please, by all means, go to Encore Plus and look up The Love Prophet and the Children of God, because this documentary will... Now, it's very disturbing. I'm not even going to lie to you. It is not nothing for a child to see. And if you have any kind of trigger warning, if you get triggered easily by sexual abuse or anything like that, do not watch it. it's hard to get through, especially when they show certain clips of children dancing topless and stuff. Like, you just, yuck. But they give a lot of insight on how these people were actually intertwined with politicians, and still today will go to different places. Like they showed in one clip towards the end where they go to Washington and they actually get food, money, donations. These people live in nice homes, but they'll go around taking up donations. The children of God is still actually out and about. They're just under a different name. And somebody named it in the comments. I typed, she was raped, not possessed. Where is it at? And it says, okay, somebody said here, children were introduced to sex at a very early age. No, let's call it what it is, molestation and rape. The son should be locked up. They sexually abuse children. They rape children. Maybe that's David Berg's actual son who was just talking. I'm trying to find. Right, this is where River and his brother Joaquin Phoenix, their family escaped. And unfortunately, it stuck with River Phoenix, and he had a rough childhood, from what people say. Where is the name of it? It's called like The Family, or and they were basically pimps. They were pimping out. They would do a thing called Flirty Fish, and it's where they would send women out, women and children, to find men and have sex with them for money, and basically send the money back to David and some of David's little minions. Where? And we're not bashing Christians or the Christian religion. This man was a paranoid schizophrenic. Most cult leaders are. They can manipulate, do what leaders want them to do. They can be very charming. Anyone who smiles this much, exactly. But, geez, Lou, I can't find it. Okay, also look up interviews with Mary Burke and the transcripts from this organization themselves and what they did to her. Cult has faced no real consequences for enabling global trafficking in both children and adults. And they haven't. And most of these people were never arrested. And politicians were involved. There's some videos of David Berg speaking at these little events, and you can hear him say vice president of this, CEO of that, senator this, senator that, and it's just a lot of people involved in this, and it's still going on today. So I don't see that comment where they had the new name that they go by. There is a clip at the end, though, that shows during that time some of the newcomers, or the people that are still carrying it on, basically, and it shows them going to Washington and taking up donations. That was David Berg. Disgusting. Ugh, the devil. If you believe in that, the devil. Now look at this house. After they go and they take up donations, here's the clip. They're actually out.
Are still witness, and they still ask others to provide their needs.
So we came here today, and a few of the farmers were able to donate some produce for us. Who's 30 and doesn't it?
Now with the White House.
Now they're taking up food and donations, but wait until you see. Here's a clip of the house they live in. If I can play it.
Here you go.
Yeah, that's not the house of a poor person. So I definitely wouldn't be donating to these people. I mean, they're living really, really well. And that was back then when they recorded this. You know how rich they are then and how they are now. David and his family kept most of that money that they got from everyone else. You know, it's really disgusting. Here's where it shows.
So their late founder. The judge branded him a sex-obsessed child molester and pornographer.
In a damning 135,000 word report, Lord Justice Ford said in the past, children have been harmed by the sex law of love, which he described as a pernicious doctrine, robbing children of their innocence.
Despite clear evidence of past transgressions, Courts throughout the world rule that sexual acts involving children are no longer being practiced. The family is acquitted of all charges.
And after all of that, in the 2000s, the late 2000s, Ricky Rodriguez committed suicide after slitting his nanny's throat. It's definitely a documentary to go check out.